CS2 is coming out in the summer, and the beta is already out. The community is more hyped than ever, and some big expectations surrounding CS2's release, from the smokes to the HUD, is already in place. People want to try the beta out so badly they would do anything for it. From asking for keys that don't exist to going on Twitter asking CSGO to please give them access. I'm fault at that as well, so I would know. People are so down bad for CS2, you would think they're drugs in front of a drug addict. But no, that's just CS players being exactly that, CS players. Here are some things I want from CS2. Good movements. From what I've heard and what I've seen, the movement feels kinda sluggish, and for someone that likes movement, it's crucial that movement is good and feels fluid and smooth. Streamers such as Simple, Flom, Forrest, Getright, Olofmeister have all had somewhat similar experiences and concerns, saying that it doesn't really feel like Counter-Strike, at least the CSGO version. But it also doesn't feel bad. Of course, it probably is not gonna be CSGO movement. From what I've seen, it's kinda sluggish, right? But at the same time, it's a beta, so you never really know with these kinds of things. So I just hope for the future that it becomes good and becomes fluid, and that people like me and that really do like movement actually have an option to further increase my skill level in it. Second of all, I want a good matchmaking system. I want something that, you don't need to pay with a third-party service in order to go pro. Faceit is good, but you shouldn't have to pay for a third-party service in order to go pro. In my eyes, that's stupid. Like, for a game such as CSGO that has status that it has, let's be real here, it's pretty stupid. You should have a good anti-cheat system and a good elo/rank-based system that's good enough for people to take it seriously, right? It shouldn't be the case that, oh, you have to pay for Faceit in order to go pro. That's simply not good enough. Especially in CS2, in CSGO, you might be able to get away with it, saying, oh, it's old, yada yada yada, right? But in CS2, that shouldn't be the case. You should be able to go pro playing the matchmaking system, and that's that. A good example of that is Valorant. Hate it or love it, they do it better that way. They have a matchmaking system that allows you to go pro, play against pro players, and elevate your skill ceiling, which currently the matchmaking system in CSGO does not offer, but I hope that in CS2 that is the case. Something I would like to see added as well are new default knives. Just like how CS 1.6 had different default knives to CSGO, I think CS2 should do the same. It's gonna be the same game, but small changes such as having a different default knife, to having, I don't know, colored smokes makes the game feel more fresh and, new, which is what we want with CS2, right? We want to be new, we want to be updated version of CSGO. And for that to happen, I really think that you should update the default knives. Maybe you can keep one of them of nostalgic reasons or something, but overall I think you should, update the game, which also means, getting new default knives, which is a really small thing, but something that could go a long way. Lastly, on my overall what I would like to have in CS2 list, there is holding for double scope. From what I've seen or what I heard Simple says, in order for you to double scope quickly, you have to click the mouse twice. When in CSGO, you can just hold it. I don't know why they haven't done it the same way. Maybe it's because it's a beta or they didn't think about it, but it seems pretty stupid. The new AK sound is slightly too childish for me. From what I've heard and what I've seen from streamers such as Simple or Olofmeister playing, the AK sounds kinda childish. It doesn't really have a real sound to it, but maybe that's just me, since I don't know really how an AK sounds in real life, and probably will never. So maybe it does sound like that in real life, I don't really know. They said something about updating the sound engine to make it feel more real and authentic or something, but in my honest opinion, I don't think there was anything wrong with the original AK sound in CSGO, so I don't know why you just didn't import that, maybe make it sound a bit nicer to the ears, but oh well. That's something that you will probably get used to, so nothing major at all. One of the big points I want to make is more content. Operations, new game modes, like community stuff, modding, is things I really want to see in CS2, since that's one of the most fun parts of the CS community. Interacting with others, playing fun stuff with your friends, or anything else, strangers online, that's the fun part. Like, bee hopping and KC in CSGO is cool, but I want to see real modding. I want to see something different, something cool. Allow people with creativity the freedom to really do things in CS2. That's what I really want to see. Operations is of course a big point, which might be released when the game releases, who knows. But I hope at least CS2 starts off with a bang and continues a trajectory which is, very, very respectable at least. There are lots of people saying the game feels 60-40, which is probably because it's in beta, so I won't be going into that. Overall, there are so many things I want, but the thing I want the most is just the game to be good, right? That's what I want. As someone who's played the game since 2014, basically all my childhood growing up, I played CSGO. It's safe to say that saying goodbye to CSGO is not really the easiest, especially when you don't know if the successor is gonna be good. People say the game is good, but you don't really know unless you test it, right? Maybe some guy think it's good and you think it's absolutely dog shit and you're like, my favorite game died because of this, I can't believe it. I spent thousands upon thousands of hours in CSGO and I just want the game to be good. Like, I have this passion for CSGO that's immense, right? I spend a lot of time basically every day watching CSGO pro players do it, going to servers, find smokes, lineups, flashes, and everything. So I really, really, really want the game to be good, right? I really want it. Like, it's my favorite game growing up. It's the game I always loved the most and always went back to no matter what. It's impossible in a way to make CS2 CSGO, right? There's so much hype surrounding CS2 to the point where it's probably gonna see some backlash when it's released because, there's so much hype. I'm not sure it can live up to that amount of hype. It's probably gonna be impossible, quite frankly speaking. But if they manage to do it, wow. But I hope Phase 2 is just gonna be a banger. And that really is just my closing thoughts. I really hope the game truly does well. And I will see you all in CS2. I hope you have a good day, morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be, and goodbye!